Good morning. It is right before 6:30 and we're here at the boat ramp getting ready to go out on the shell tour, and we're going out with Everwater. Is that what it's called? Everwater Charters, and we're very excited. So I can't wait to see what shells we find. We got here before everyone else, so we're gonna try to get out there and find the shells before other tours get out there. So we'll Welcome back to my channel, everyone. I know that I have been away for a little while. I have just been working on this video and I've been meaning to get it up. It is all the way from January when I was over on the West Coast for a visit, and we were able to go out on a shelling tour with the awesome Captain Jason, who you'll get to see in the video today. He's going to provide us with a ton of information and show us some really awesome shells, and I just can't wait for you guys to see everything. There he is. He is our guide for the day, and we were super lucky. It was just me and my boyfriend out on this tour and Captain Jason, and he just did the absolute most. I will talk about it at the end, but I highly recommend him to you guys. We got out there bright and early. There was only one tour that beat us, but he was able to get us out there as quickly as he could. It was such a smooth ride, and just look how beautiful this water is. It was flat, it was negative low tide, and that is my first shell. Get the content. Sunray Venus clam. I love these shells so much. Just admiring it, and the sunrise there. And a giant prickly cockle, or a beach bowl, as some people like to call them. I took those home for some crafts, and I could not believe it. Look at all of these shells. We were just in heaven. It was so different than how it is when we are over on the East Coast, and Captain Jason there's picking up some shells to give to me, you know, for my content. And he was really just the best that day. We have a beautiful little Florida cone, a horse conch, and a pear whelk. You could not believe all of the conchs. And this was a good time to see because of the fact it was negative low tide. We were able to see all of the shells there. Here is my first cone of the day. That one's a little rough, but hey, it was popping out of me, so I picked it up. You're going to see a lot of me, you're going to see a lot of Captain Jason, and all of these conchs. Honestly, I wasn't really trying to pick up conchs so much that day. I was more interested in finding other shells, like the cones, all of the whelks, as well as the tulips. And here's my first tulip. Look at that beautiful chocolate banded tulip. And it's a good size. Just to let you guys know, Captain Jason is with Everwater Charters and Tours. He does a ton of eco tours as well as shelling tours. And he was there to point out all the shells to me, like this beautiful olive. The colors are a little bit different than we find them on the East Coast, and honestly, maybe I was biased that day, but they were just kind of better. Here's another tulip. And he was handing me a shark eye moon snail. Same thing. Theirs look a little bit different, I would say, on the West Coast versus the East Coast. I was able to notice that with some of the shells. Like this shark eye was definitely beat up. Someone was eating that. And again, you can see all the conchs. Don't come mad at me for not picking them up. I wasn't looking for conchs that day, and don't worry, my boyfriend picked up all the conchs that he could possibly find. There was me showing you one, and you can just see how much there was. It was really amazing. I've never seen anything like it, and I wasn't really sure how to find shells because of that. And Captain Jason just kept handing me some nice tulips and another little Florida cone. But we were, like I said, super lucky. It was just the two of us, so we got a lot of attention. Here is a beautiful lightning whelk. I wanted to pick up a lot of these because, like I said, we don't get them. And the colors here, look how just bright and bold the striping is on them. It's really like nothing I've ever seen. There's another tulip, and that one is more of that orangey banded tulip color versus the brown. It was nice because it was so shallow we were able to see things well. Look at that alphabet cone. I mean, the colors and just how pronounced that striping is. It's unreal. I don't know if you guys could see that. He was pointing out, look at this lace murex. What a good size. It's huge, honestly, and what a beautiful shell. I really love these. That was the one that I found. I found a few other murexes that day. You'll get to see later, but that was a great find or to start off. Was able to spot another banded tulip, one of those nice dark ones. And the reason it was so low tide, the negative low tide, is because of the full moon. And I'm not sure if you guys understand with the way that the tides work and the moon phase. When it is a full moon, you get the negative low tides. And that is the best time to go shelling. And that's what Captain Jason told us as well. You know, come back at the same kind of time every month with those negative low tides. And this is what it's going to look like. Here is another alphabet cone, and again the colorings are going to be different. This one was darker and then it almost got lighter around the edges. And here is another lightning whelk. Grabbing another tulip. That guy was a little older. And I guess with the lightning whelks, depending on what side the opening is on, tells you whether it is a male or a female. That was something I learned that day. Here you can see up on the shore, I found a couple of these beautiful alphabet cones. I think these were honestly my favorite that day. We went home with so many, and I was just ridiculously happy with all of our finds. This is on top of the pen shell.
Yep.
It just made its home there.
We see a lot of lightning whelk egg casings that will have the banded tulip on top of the lightning whelk egg casing as well.
Right. Well, like I said, Captain Jason was very informative, and I spotted this guy from a mile away. One of those pen shells. I just find them so beautiful. That underneath part where it's shiny and reflective, almost rainbow-like. And this one was basically whole. So that was pretty cool. Managed to stay together. And here comes my boyfriend handing me some shells. Look at that giant bag. You can see he has a ton of conchs. Those were what he was excited about that day. I was excited about all the tulips and the cones. But everyone is into different things. And that's what's really awesome about shells, is that there's so many different shells you can find. Beautiful little Florida cone. These ones, I liked finding them when they had that really sharp point. A nice lightning whelk. This one to me almost looked orange, but the sun was still coming up, so you know we had some good lighting, some good sunrise lighting. And a tiny little banded tulip. That's nice. Just really taking my time to just look through all the shells and pick up what I was interested in, as well as getting some help from Captain Jason about what to look for. Here was a tiny little nutmeg. Kind of was going in between going up on the shore and then staying in the water, and If I didn't say yet, we were on Keewaydin. Oh, horse conch.
Oh, really?
We were, like I said, with another shelling tour, but we were the only ones there. And here's a cool crab shell. Captain Jason told me that sometimes people actually end up mistaking these for the elusive Junonia. So they get excited when they see the spots.
Oh, I see it right there.
Can you guys spot two awesome shells here? You're going to see me first pick up this one.
That's awesome color.
Look at that great
It's so
color
dark,
on that
it doesn't look like
outfit
it's-
cone. I mean, when they're this dark color, it really amazes me how the shells are created and that creature that makes them. Look at this nice
We're gonna have
horse
to start
conch.
putting them in the backpack, probably. Baby,
I
why
want
are
you guys to
still
comment down
carrying
below
bags?
what your favorite shells are and which was your favorite from the video after you finish watching.
You find those too.
A nice scallop.
Yeah, I find them.
Cool orange color on that. That's why I gave it a look. And here's a gaudy Nautica.
Okay.
Beautiful striping on it. I mean, really almost looks unreal. And this was the find of the day. Here came Captain Jason. I gave him a mission to find me a big shell, and he went out and he came back with this huge, huge lightning whelk. I mean, look at it. It's twice the size of my hand. And I was so grateful for him. That was just probably the find of the day. And we really didn't know what to do with it. Luckily, he gave us a trash bag. We were able to wrap it up and bring it home with us. I will say, though, be careful if you guys find them because they can be quite smelly. You really have to clean them. There's a few nice scallops here. Give the scallops some love. Still collecting things I could feel like I could take home and use for some projects. And also just because I like them. So here's a miniature lightning whelk. So far, I hadn't picked up anything that was alive, which was good. But I know that there are some live shells. Definitely some of the conchs. But I will be able to show you some later. Again, going through, not picking up any of those conchs really. But another beautiful prickly cockle. Florida prickly cockle. That beach bowl. And here is a crown conch. It's missing those spikes on it. Definitely worn down, but that was a cool find for me. I was trying to pick out, if I was going to pick up a conch, I wanted to find one of those. And another nice tulip. I'm also thinking I would love to give away some shells for you guys. I'll be doing some of that over on my Instagram soon, so stay tuned. Here is a piece of sea glass. Honestly, might have been a little bit more trash, but wanted to get it out of there. Trying to uncover my first sand dollar. Is it whole? What do you guys think? Yes. Look at that beautiful sand dollar just waiting for me on the shore there. Another thing that I said, I have to come home with sand dollars from that trip.
We don't really get to see any live shells.
So if you see his eyes, they're right there. Those two are his eyes. Hey, bud.
Hey, little guy.
He's looking at you there. And then this is his operculum right here.
How crazy.
And then these are the eye sockets right here. Here and here.
Wow.
Have fun, little dude.
Hi, guy.
Castings. So it's like parchment tube worm poop.
Ow! Gross.
It's really sand. But as they're tunneling and excavating, it was tunneling right here. Oh, man, there it is.
Oh, yeah, you can see. Just doing its thing.
That was Captain Jason providing us with some awesome information. Here was a beautiful, beautiful apple murex.
Little Murex.
Found that guy sticking out.
live.
They'll live a great life out there. There's a little hole right there.
Oh, yeah. Wow, that's crazy. How cool.
If you couldn't tell, that was Captain Jason showing me some tulip egg casings. And here is a piece of yellow sea glass. Guys, have you ever found yellow sea glass? I didn't even know it was a thing, but I was able to find some. It's an awesome addition to all the shells.
That's how it is, yeah.
Here was a shell that was together. I believe this is a Dosinia. And I wanted to take it because I don't find a lot of them that are still hinged like that. And I was able to find another one right after. Here is a beautiful spiny jewel box. That nice purpley pink inside, and it was still together. And Captain Jason said as long as we have a little container, we kind of keep it away from other shells, most likely we would be able to keep them together, keep it hinged, because it'll dry like that. A little sea life. We found a crab. Look at him go. Hey, little buddy. Here was a cool find. Nutmeg, but it was albino. Okay, here was a huge shell. It tricked me at first. I got closer and oh, yeah, someone is still living in there. This guy is alive and well. He was hanging out in the sand. Sorry to disturb you, Mr. Shell. Don't worry, I put him back. I left him alone. You can see that operculum there. Part of the animal kind of sticking out. But he is pretty buried in the sand there. So I just let him do his thing. I put him back, near the water. Do not disturb the shells. Two beautiful chocolate banded tulips. And even though they're both similar colors, they are different. They have different patterns. Everyone is unique. That's why you can't find enough of them, really. Here is another scallop. Really, one of my favorite parts about this whole tour was how much information Captain Jason gave us. He was giving us all these facts about the shells.
Perfect.
Here he is again showing me an apple murex. He really was just so kind and so helpful, and he just wanted us to have a good time and to enjoy the shells and share in that together. And it was really special. Besides all of the amazing shells that we found, we were able to take home with us. What was really memorable was just how kind and how passionate he was about his job and about shelling, and also about the ecosystem. So sharing different facts with us, giving us a ton of information. And you could just tell he loves what he does, which made us love it even more. Nice shark eye moon snail. Look at that. Kind of getting to the end of our tour here. We were there for probably at least 3 hours, continuously just walking around. This guy was still alive. Yeah, so we put him back.
Go back to your home.
Look up his books. I mean, they're expensive.
Found another piece of sea glass. Or trash, but at least I got it out of the water. And a cool little lettered olive. We were really so grateful because we had beautiful weather too. It was not crowded. We were able to shell in peace. And there was more than enough shells to go around for everyone. Guess it was the time for murexes because I found a lot at the end of the day. And you can see another one of those juvenile conchs. I thought that was pretty cool. Here, something a little different. I think these are like hoof, something hoof, kind of shells. It wasn't that pretty, so I don't think I took it home, but wanted to pick it up and show you guys. And getting a little bit of slim pickings by the end, you know. The tide was coming back in, so we couldn't really be in the water. It was really hard to see because of the current, so we were up on the shore just digging around.
Oh yeah.
Oh, but I spotted this.
Look how big.
Look at that huge alphabet cone. Oh my gosh. It was about as big as my fingers. It's massive.
Crazy.
That was a great alphabet cone.
Oh yeah.
I'm trying to see if I can like get in his shell. Oh yeah. I feel like he. See what's he doing in there?
Right there. Not sure that he's gonna make it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we can put you
him
back
back in the
and
water.
see what happens. Give him a shot. All right, guy. Yeah, it's like I want it to be like my thoughts and my stuff. This thing is heavy. That's so funny. Just saw me messing around with that sea sponge. Couldn't help myself really, guys. Here's another nice alphabet cone. Hopefully you're not sick of seeing them throughout the video, or the tulips. I mean, come on, they're pretty cool. So, another little shark guy and a murex. Good finds.
Rim drill. One of my favorite miniatures.
Drills are so cool.
Yeah.
And it's alive.
Light and they do look. It's alive. It's
Oh my god.
little operculums right there.
Yeah. Wow. That's crazy. I can't believe he's alive.
And this is the last shell for you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Check out Captain Jason and Everwater Tours. Thank you so much again to him for showing us around and taking us on a great shell tour. You guys really need to check him out if you're over on the West Coast, and come back for more content.